You're doing such a good job. Garrett didn't want to interrupt you.
Yep. Yeah, Shadow Demon Vampire thing. Like I said, ambush killed him. We made it into the lower, like a secret doorway with a secret password, and then we got a couple cool things that'll help. And then we went upstairs, looked through a few rooms, and then we were going towards maybe a larger room.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, towards a bubbling cauldron, maybe some where they're making some brew or whatever. So
I have 10,000 hours on my Steam profile.
Damn.
Yeah, but what's your highest on one game? That's the real metric.
Like 16 or 17.
Cringe.
No, almost 15 actually. It's Dota still somehow.
Rookie numbers.
Okay.
I have 3,800 hours.
What a fucking casual, dude.
Oh.
How do you see that?
Oh god, here we go again.
I'll link you the website.
You gotta go to your Steam profile. You gotta hit edit profile, you gotta change your privacy settings, and then you can do it.
I didn't realize it actually tells you how to change it if it's not set the way it needs to be.
Yep. Alright, so that is that a good
Yep, that's good. Well, then we've been sneaking around and stealing stuff, and then he came across like when we were searching one of the rooms, like someone was reporting letters to someone about things that were going on that Glisk was doing.
Yes. The Black Hand.
Allegedly. They had a medallion with like a dragon being like crushed his neck, like his neck was being like stepped on.
Alrighty. Anybody else have anything they'd like to add?
Nope.
Got killed by a bear.
All right, with all that being said, we'll go ahead and jump back into things. With, I believe, right kind of where we had left off at was the newly revealed Snicket had decided to venture off ahead of the other two down a hallway beyond the various area where you guys had just explored 4 separate rooms. And Snicket, you had started to hear some clanking footsteps coming down the hallway, sounding like more than likely a pair of them.
Oh, I didn't know this.
I think we talked about it at the very end of last time.
Nope.
It's news to me, but now we know.
If we didn't talk about it at the end of last time,
it's happening.
We will start off with Snicket as you begin to walk down this hallway. Your disgustingly high passive perception alerts you to a pair of individuals walking down the hallway, coming towards your direction. Though you can't see them right now, let me go ahead and activate.
By the sound of the footsteps, can I guesstimate how much they weigh?
I mean, you know that they're armored based off of the sound of the footsteps.
Okay.
And it sounds heavy, but a lot of it has to do with the weight of the armor, you would guess, though you're not certain.
Okay.
So am I not in this scene then?
You're like farther back to the left.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see anything in here. You might not be able to see a token.
Actually, hold on. This is what we'll do. I'm going to take your token, Garrett, and move you back over here.
I don't know. They should be able to see me though, right?
No,
they're peeking around the corner.
They technically can, but they from in game won't be able to.
Oh yeah.
Separate scenes.
What I can do, theater of the mind, baby.
So what I can do though is, as soon as this shit loads, holy guacamole. Okay, I'll activate. This is our main page, so that way you guys can at least see your tokens and what's going on here. And then Garrett, or Snicket, will venture forward by clicking on the stair tile. And after it takes 20 centuries to load, we'll be right back to where we were. All right, Snicket. So with all that being said, what would you like to do, or do you have any more questions? Did I not answer anything?
I want to. Oh wait, I'm in my old one, the old room. But I can use theater of mind.
You are.
Yeah,
you're-
I'm in the view that.
Here, we at least need you to be on the right one. I'll move your token back. Do you see your token?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and control your token on your own, because I think if I do it, it doesn't pull you to the right
Okay.
map.
Then it's transferring maps right now. It's taking its time. Okay.
Unfortunately,
I-
it takes a second.
Yeah, I'm going to bolt behind. Can I get behind this piece of armor or this like armor thing?
Yeah, I believe I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I'm still in the process of loading
Yeah.
back.
There's
and forth
a
between the
an
rooms.
armor stand.
Yeah, there's a suit
I'm
of
assuming
armor.
that's not a real person.
No, it is not. This whole area has had a pretty good amount of these like ornamental suits of armor that you see up in kind of like the wooden statues that hold them in place, almost to have them stand as if there's someone inside of them. But glancing within it, you can clearly see that it's not occupied by any individual.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna hide behind it.
All right, go ahead and make a stealth check for me, Snicket.
My cat just threw up. I'll be right back.
Jesus, dude, the day is against us. 14. So, you hear the sounds of the footsteps getting closer and closer to you at this point, Snicket. They're most definitely heading down the hallway you see before you towards your direction. Like coming from this way.
Okay.
As they get a little bit closer into frame, you eventually can kind of start to hear some voices mumbling back and forth to one another, and you hear one of the voices begins, I don't understand. What does the hand want here? There's nothing of value. Oi! Knock it off. We're on watch. You get paid to do a job. Just do it. Stop wondering about who's paying our employer to be here. Alright, alright. You can hear the voices are incredibly close at this point, Snicket. You imagine they're about to turn the corner any second if there's anything you'd like to do, or if you're just going to stay hiding where you're at.
I am. We've rested since I've used my sending stone, but I don't think I want to use that because I have to talk. I have to talk into the sending stone, right?
Correct.
Or is it tell?
I don't know for sure, actually. We can look that up. But let me also say,
I have it right here. Here comes pairs. Blah, 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 blah.
Guy, even
Oh,
at
you
this
cast
point...
sending.
Okay, we'll look up the sending.
Yeah,
Which I
I
think
guess
has a thematic component.
Guy,
What
you
do
you
I
can
see
hear... All you can see looking down the hallway, this hallway goes down probably about another 30-40 feet. You actually saw Snicket walk up to this suit of armor, and you saw him instinctively hide behind it. You didn't hear what he heard quite as soon on, but a few moments later you did hear footsteps approaching, and now you can very clearly hear some voices coming from down this hallway that are not anybody friendly.
Where are they coming towards?
Yeah, they're coming towards where you guys are at right now, it sounds like.
Oh,
So
okay.
the hallway goes down about another 30 or 40 feet from the edge of where you're at, and then it turns, if you're looking at the map, it turns southwards. It goes down south, and then continues on down that way.
Ah, okay.
So you just can't see them. They're like about to round a corner right now into your line of sight.
Okay, so I would have asked him what he sees or hears. Like, once he gets and starts to hide, I'll ask him what's up telepathically.
With a message or
Or
you just have telepathy.
yeah, limited telepathy.
Okay.
Are we within 30 feet? Isn't it 30 feet?
Yeah.
Are we within 30 feet?
Yeah, you're like right at the cusp of it.
Okay, okay. I respond back that I hear voices.
Okay, and then I assume I would figure
sorry,
out that they're
you cut
coming.
out. Yeah, it definitely. I mean, it doesn't take a high perception at this point to notice that it sounds like they're coming towards you.
Okay. I would probably duck back into one of these rooms.
Okay, easy enough.
Whichever one was like not used as much.
Okay.
That might have been the upper right one. I don't remember.
Yeah, there was one of them that seemed like it was prepared for guests, but didn't have anybody currently
That was
staying
the bottom
in it.
left one, I think.
And since David's not here, we'll just assume that Tito follows without any resistance into whatever hiding spot you have for him, guy.
Is that what Tito would do, though?
Yeah, I feel like that's what Tito would do.
I think Tito would just do whatever people say is a smart thing to do.
And if he
pretty
was given
trusting.
no instruction, I feel like he would just wait around the corner just to bash someone's fucking skull in.
I would think so too. Alright, so I guess... Should I move my guy over there, or
Oh,
just...
yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
I'm colliding with a wall now.
Oh, you're going to stay stuck in that wall.
I think it was this room. I don't remember which room it was.
It's
but
all
I'm
right.
sure Guy remembers since it was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, for sure. He does. And that's what's important. If I was on the other map with you, I'd help you out right now, but I'm about to transport back over there in a second.
He's about to start up a combat.
At this point, Snicket, you see the two armed guards, you can only assume at this point, heading down the hallway. They are dressed from head to toe in steel armor. It's got this black ebony tinge to all of the armor, as well as some gold lining to it, and you can very clearly see the embroidered emblem of the Black Hand all across their armor in various locations. It seems like a very flashy uniform for an individual to have. Definitely doesn't seem like it would be cheap material. But they continue on their way, seeming as if they have not noticed you.
Okay.
At this point, they are now heading down the hallway that Guy and Tito were previously looking down. You would you would still technically be able to see them at this point, Snicket. I know I dropped maps, but they're just walking down the hallway on that.
Yeah, I want to wait until they're like maybe 20 feet away, and then I want to skitter, essentially to like the opposite corner of where they were, or where the opposite corner where I was.
You feel
like
free to move wherever you want. I believe I have
Yep.
all the doors and stuff locked, so I don't think you'll be able to sneak in anywhere. But
Does this area look? Because I believe.
Could you do me a favor, actually, Garrett? Could you
Yeah.
stream what you see, and then that way I don't have to worry about jumping back and forth. It'll just help me see what you're talking about.
Sure thing. Does this area? Because I think it looks familiar to me. Does it look like I've been in this area before?
Yeah, because you ventured in the estate.
I went in before to go see him in like the main dining hall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you have not been in this particular wing of the estate. However, you will say from when you have traveled throughout it, this kind of the setup looks very familiar to you. You wouldn't be surprised if this wing of the manor was like a mirrored image of what the one you were previously on.
So the great like dining hall area isn't like right like to the south of me.
The Great Dining Hall is going to be in the center of the manor, so you'd have to continue
Gotcha.
like, just east if you're just looking at the map directly.
Gotcha.
Down that way. It seems like there's a couple of rooms up north from where you're at, and then down south, you can actually see a little bit of stained glass all around this very nice ornate door on it, and it kind of looks like it might be some sort of chapel area, perhaps.
Okay. I want to mosey on over to this first door and kind of put my like ear up to it to see if I can like hear anything. That see if like, basically determine if it's occupied or not.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me, with advantage because there's more going on than just hearing in this with this perception check.
Double nines, baby. That means you add them.
Wow. Yeah. Sure. No, you got doubles.
You
You
can
get to go
split it,
again.
like in Vegas.
Yeah, split and roll again.
Yes.
So you hear the. Oh, geez, sorry, I totally lost my train of thought for a second. You hear the flickering of an open flame coming from within the room. You can hear the sound of bubbling liquids coming from within inside, and there is an absolute strong stench of gray fist mushroom that just leaks out of this room.
Okay. That sounds pretty cool. I want to go to the other door and do a similar, and essentially do the same check.
Okay. Well, sure.
Perception again?
Yes, sir.
Oh!
All right. As you put your ear up to the door,
I perceive.
you listen closely, and for a moment you think that you don't hear anything. But after a brief moment of waiting, or a few more moments, excuse me, you hear the slow breathing of an individual who sounds to be asleep within the room.
Decisions.
And while you are doing all of this, you still hear the clanking footsteps of the guards as they make their way down the hallway.
Back again.
No, they're still heading further
Okay.
away from you at this point. Guy, you hear the footsteps getting louder and louder at this point as they just continue to head closer and closer in in Tito's direction at this point.
Okay, I'll kind of just keep my ear open to try to find when they change direction or go somewhere else.
Okay, sure thing. And a few moments after that, you hear a stop, and the silence echoes throughout the room. And a voice speaks up. All right. Same as last night?
Who hears this? Me?
Yeah, you and Tito hear these
Okay.
voices. And they sound very close, like they're just kind of a little on the other side of the doorway, just down the hallway. And another one responds, Hi. Luza gets the basement. Winna gets to do the room check. And you wait again as silence breaks out throughout the room. And then you hear, Boulder, Parchment, Shears! Ah, fuck! I hate the basement. Alright. Enjoy your room check.
Uh-oh.
As you hear the footsteps of one of the guards begins to descend down the stairs. Snicket, you would have definitely heard that. They were kind of like yelling out. One of them definitely proclaimed loudly when he seemed to lose their deciding game about who gets to go do the room check and who gets to check the basement.
I want to. I mean, I'm going to keep going because I don't really care.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
Well, I figured you guys got it. Like, you guys are good at being stealthy.
Savage.
Actually,
Right.
you're right. You're right. I'm gonna double back and make sure that like no one sees me. I'm gonna come up against this wall and kind of like peek until I guess one starts going down, and then after that one starts going down, I'm assuming he's going down. I want to make my way back into the other room.
Okay, yeah, you can hear one of the guards is beginning to make his descent down the stairs towards the basement.
Okay, so then I'm gonna go back in the other room.
Uh,
Is the other guy out of? I guess they're both out of view already.
Yeah.
So I want to basically come up here and like peek around this corner to
Okay.
see if he's out of sight.
You're still sneaking, so I'm still going
Yeah.
with the same stealth check that
Okay.
you had rolled prior. So I'm assuming you just poke your head around the corner.
Yeah, just to see
you're-
if he's there.
You're able to see the guard there. He looks to be pulling out some sort of notebook that he has on a satchel on his side. He seems like he's kind of flipping through the pages, looking for some information or something as he just kind of stands there. Has his actually pulled up the faceplate on his helmet a little bit so he can see better into this notebook that he's got in front of him as he's just rifling through the various pages. What's up?
Can I tell where he's at?
Yeah,
Just
it
by,
sounds like
listening?
he's... go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oops. Sorry, I forgot to do the whole pop-out thing.
Is David still gone?
Who knows?
Okay, I didn't think he'd be gone that long. I hope he gets back soon. I wasn't trying to do that much without him.
This bitch threw up in 4 spots. I'm like in
Oh,
earshot.
You're good. You're good. I'm not like I'm just trying to not do too much without you, man. I'm not like upset that you got to tend to animal shit. I get that happens.
Well, and of course you had to throw up on the carpet, not the hardwood.
And not the
Threw up in 4 places.
they do that shit
Yeah.
on purpose.
It's fucking annoying, dude. And it was like bright green shit, man.
It's
Nice.
funny. My cat threw up in 3 places yesterday.
My cat has just started throwing up. He's usually so good about not doing it, but the worst part is I hear him doing it, and if I move too fast or if anybody does anything, he'll run away because he gets scared, and his place to run away to is the fucking bedroom with the carpet. So I just have to hear him puke and just stand there and not do anything because otherwise he'll go puke on the carpet. You know?
Nobody move. Its vision is based on movement. Oh.
Oh, goodness. Okay, yeah, but 24 for perception, guy. You are able to very clearly hear. It sounds like this individual is maybe 20, 30 feet away from where you're standing, just on the other side of this door. He's very loudly rifling through some notebook or some parchment or papers that he has. You're not quite certain.
Okay. I tell Tito to stand like on the other. Okay. Well,
Tito abides.
Okay. Both
So that
stand on each one side of the door. Me kind of
Okay.
like over. Well, if that's a spot.
Yeah, you can. You can. At this point, you're like up on top of the bed, kind of like hunched in the corner.
And then there's something I want to do, but you can keep going.
All right.
I just gotta look it up.
So he continues what he's doing for another minute or two before he begins to start moving. Would anybody act before then?
I don't.
No? Okay. So eventually he finally pulls out something, and it looks like he starts to kind of read through it. You can see him doing that snicket before he kind of starts to slowly meander his way forward, and he starts to check on a couple of the rooms. And you can hear him just on the other side of the door across the hall from you, Guy. You hear a few heavy pounding knocks on the door on the other side. Oi! Room check! God's here. Everything alright? There's no reply. After a few more moments, you hear a couple more knocks before he gives up and moves down towards the next one.
I want to go ahead and get ready. I want to stand like here, obviously,
Okay.
and just be at the ready in case something goes down.
No worries. Alright. And you can see he's kind of mumbling something to himself, Snicket, as he's approaching this door. And he starts to fumble through a satchel he has on the side as well, and he pulls out a couple of keys that he has on a ring before placing it in, slowly opening up the door. Looks like he peeks in real quick, kind of pokes his head in, tilts it both ways, kind of looking to each side, seeming that everything's all clear, checks it off his a list he has in his notebook before he goes to the room across the hall from him and does the same. You watch as he pulls out a key once more, kind of checks into this room quickly to make sure that everything seems alright. We're coming back out, closing it once more, and moving up to the last one. At this point, Snicket, you can see that he is standing at the room that you believe your friends to be in at this point. And you watch as he begins to take the key, places it into the into the lock. Unaware that this door has already been opened. Tito,
Okay.
Go ahead.
So let me give me 1 second to think and look at my inventory. I want to before I don't want to go back in time actually. As he starts to like open the door, or I guess he hasn't got to that point yet. But if he goes to open the door, that's when I want to rush and like I want to basically try to knock him down from behind and knock him into the room.
Okay, like once he starts to
Like as he I guess the door's open outward. But as he is opening the door, that's when I want to like essentially tackle. I want to tackle him like and try to somebody
push it
behind
into
him.
the room.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, easy enough. So you listen closely. Guy and Tito, you guys can each hear that a key is beginning to jiggle around in the lock hole for this particular door, and you watch as the handle begins to slowly turn as the door begins to open to reveal a black-suited, full-plate armored guard who kind of begins to slowly poke his head in, and right at this point, I'm assuming it's when Snicket is going to rush up behind him. Right as he's opened the door, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to? So we'll go ahead and move you over here, and you want to try to shove him into the room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a
Strength check because my strength is awful.
We're gonna do athletics check here. We'll give you
Okay.
advantage though because he most definitely had no idea you were here. So you're catching him off guard.
Athletics.
Well, you at least got a 10. Let's see what he gets.
So what I wanted to be ready with after all this,
Uh-huh.
I wanted to have like a blanket ready to like wrap over his
Head,
face.
like mask sound.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys watch as, right as the doors open, this guard begins to just slowly kind of poke his head into the room. You can hear something slam into the back of him, trying to push him forward, and you just hear Snicket just kind of impact with the back of him, trying to push him forward. The guard kind of fumbles a foot or so forward before he kind of catches himself. I believe David's not here, so I will
I'm here.
Okay.
What would David do? Literally murder him.
I was going to say that Tito probably goes for a grapple or something like that, trying just to help scoop the guard into the room, out of the open.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me, Tito. And we will have the guard contested at disadvantage. Oh no. Oh, that was advantage. So it's a 4, technically, but you rolled a 1 and he rolled a 3. So, but that doesn't. That actually doesn't matter for a grapple check.
For contested?
Yeah, because it's contested, so it's a little bit different. So we only do critical fails on like ability checks that are related that aren't contested. So
Gotcha.
you do technically win even with a natural 1 in this situation. Luckily,
Just how athletic Tito is, man.
you were able to catch. The whole situation catches you off guard a little bit, Tito. But you're strong enough that your raw strength is able to just kind of persevere through the situation. And with the combined effort of Tito and Snicket, you're able to just hoist this guard into this room. And before you guys know it, Tito just has this guy in a full Nelson hold with his arms kind of waving behind his back. And right as he's getting ready to say something or shout anything out, you watch this guy takes a pillow and shoves it into his helmet and then closes the front latch on this guy's helmet. And it's just muffled cries coming from within at this point.
Nice.
He's still flailing about wildly, though, and you can just hear him crying out.
And I look to them and go, what do we do now?
Normally we fry them up in the village.
Oh my god.
Oh, sorry, I'm vegetarian. I'm vegan. Never mind.
Never mind, I don't say that.
That's right, we forgot about the veto.
What's the size? What's the size of this guy?
He's a pretty decent size. If this was like a normal sized individual trying to grapple with him, you'd have a much harder time. But Tito's a pretty monstrous individual. He's probably about 6 feet tall, maybe a little under 200 pounds without his armor. It's difficult to tell. It's pretty thick plate armor that he has on.
I tell Tito to knock him out, or I guess we can all just try to knock him out, or we try to question him.
I fart on the guard to knock him out.
What?
Do you want to try to knock the guard out? Is that the goal at this point?
Or do we question him? I mean, I know that there's another guard going to be coming soon, so...
I don't know. I normally hit things, so I'm in favor of knocking him out.
Okay, go ahead and knock him out.
Alright, Tito.
Great axe.
Slam the butt end of your great axe into the back of the head of this guard, and you just hear a resounding thud as his body goes limp, and he falls and crumbles to the ground. Just unconscious, not dead.
Would his helmet fit me?
It would be a little awkward, but
Not with that big ass nose.
it would kind of, bits of your face would be exposed. You have a rather large shaped head.
Oh, okay.
It would look a little weird for sure.
Could he wear it on like the top portion of his head?
Yeah, for sure. If you drew like eyes and like a mouth and nose on your forehead and covered your actual face, it might work.
There you go.
Tito's thinking.
Do you think I should disguise myself as this guy, or?
I mean,
He's a little
if
taller
if
than
you
you.
could be convincing enough.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get into his.
I get the feeling you're not
Armor.
going to sell this, but
It's better than what I have now.
Alright, give me just a second. Now, this is heavy armor. So, I believe if you're not proficient in it, there is some sort of... Sorry, there's some sort of...
Oh, is it heavy armor?
Yeah, it is. It's plate armor that he's got on. So let me look up what the penalty is, because I don't know if it's like a movement and
Bad.
penalty. It doesn't specify. Oh, I'm sorry, let me Google specific. Okay, so it's just a little bit of a penalty here, John. If you wear armor that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage on any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll that involves strength or dexterity, and you can't cast spells.
Okay, no, I am not going to.
What? You
wear
can't
that,
cast spells either? Why the fuck did you putting on heavy armor make it so you can't cast a spell?
Because he has to focus on keeping the heavy armor on.
Dude, this is from Roll20, it's a compendium. If you wear armor that you lack proficiency with, you have disadvantage on any ability check, saving throw, or attack roll that involves strength or dexterity, and you can't cast spells. Holy shit.
Yeah, because then you have just a battle mage all the time.
I guess that's the idea, is they're trying to... Okay, it doesn't make sense from a realistic standpoint, I guess. But
Right.
I guess a lot of things...
But
don't
a balancing.
It makes you have
Balancing
to use
it
a
makes a
feat
lot of sense, though.
to use it.
Because otherwise you just have every wizard saying, I don't care if my speed's half, I'm wearing plate armor at level 1.
Okay, never mind. I still say we take it off of him and tie him up.
It does take... How long does it take to get off heavy full plate armor? I guess with you guys all doing it together, you can make it a little bit quicker. But to take off heavy armor, it takes about 5 minutes. So
For
with
all of us?
With all of you working together, you could probably cut that time in half. But it's still going to take you a couple minutes to totally take him out of his heavy armor.
Or we could just tie him up.
Tying up is hardly any time at all.
Alright, we'll tie him up. Snicket, if I could get some help with
Rope?
that.
Do you need rope or do you need help?
Help.
Okay,
'Cause
yeah.
we gotta like tie his arms and legs. And
Do we have rope?
somebody does.
Check the
Right.
inventories. Everyone scrambles to look.
Does anyone have rope?
Yeah, guy has a Dungeoneer's pack.
I have a
that has
Dungeoneer's pack.
50 feet of hempen
You didn't
rope.
unpack it though?
I don't know how to.
I mean, I put all the stuff from my packs into my thing. Because I have 50 feet of rope. I just wanted to see if anyone else had rope.
I have 50 feet of rope.
Everybody has rope.
Everyone carries rope.
Alright, how would you guys like to tie this individual up?
Sexily?
I mean, that's not exactly the question that I had, but I could understand how it could be perceived that way. And more so that if you were trying to, like, hide him, or if you were just like said fuck it. And
Will
just,
he
like,
fit in the coffer?
Not the way he is right now. If Tito's
How many
like
pieces will we have to cut him up into to fit him into the coffer?
a few, or if Tito could break him and fold him like a pretzel, you might get him to fit.
I like that idea.
That might cause too many screams, though, if he, like, manages to loosen his mouth. What? What are we rolling for?
I don't know. I've got an idea.
I mean, he's knocked out. We could just kill him. Does killing someone wake them up from being knocked out?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to find out. All right, Tito. What would you like to know about religion?
What's the
What
big
is
man
religion?
think about all this?
What are you pondering right now in this moment?
Does God want me to fold this man like an accordion?
Okay, well,
Which god?
There's a few of them historically, though many of the gods have seemed to abandon the world for the most part. If you ask the general populace.
The kind of nature-y wilderness type god.
Okay, so Tito, your friends are right now having a moral conundrum about what to do in this situation. Do we chop this guy up? Do we leave him be? Do we tie him up sexually? Apparently, Snick gets thrown out there. But you decide to ignore all of that, and you call out to something more primal, something neither Guy nor Snicket would ever reach out to.
I say it in turtle tongue.
Is that an actual thing?
Hold on, there is a language, I just forgot what it was called. Aquian, I think? Aquan.
That sounds right.
Also,
Wob-
can we
Wabu
turn the
wabu.
volume down on the torches?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a-
yeah.
Aquan or Wabu Wabu, I know both.
Wabu wabu?
How's that?
That's good.
Alright. Okay, how the fuck what do we do
Wabu
now?
wabu.
So as you're calling out to some sort of...
Hold on, they're laughing at the name of my people's language.
That's fucked up. They got disadvantage on their next roll because of that.
Thank you.
Well, there's no verbal response or no voice that relays a message to you within your head, Tito. There's an anger that builds up within you that's not your own. An anger for what these people have done and how they have desecrated these lands. How they have negatively impacted nature all throughout this country. And for a moment,
Nature.
there's nothing more that this emotion within you would like to see than this man be scrambled up like your next Annie's hot pretzel.
Alright guys, I gotta kill him.
But the anger and the rage subsides, and the valuable barbarian lesson kind of emanates itself throughout your mind that there's a proper place and time for rage, and this does not seem to be that time.
Damn, I sure do want to kill him though.
And despite all that, Tito fucking starts folding his ass up anyway.
Yeah, why fold him? I can just chop him in half. You guys want me to chop him in half? Because I want to now.
I mean, we could keep him. Is there any way we could keep him? Like, we can gag him. We'll just gag him.
Yeah.
That'll buy us some time.
I don't see how that'll kill him.
I mean, this man's going to be knocked out for at least a couple hours.
Depends on what the dice say.
Yeah, whatever.
fine. If he wakes up, I'm killing him.
Should we tie him up, gag him?
Sure, easy enough. Just kind of lay him in one of the beds.
Yeah. Put a blanket over him.
Tito just menacingly staring him down. Murderous intent fills his eyes. What would y'all like to do?
Is he bound and tied and stuff?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
He's bound and tied up. I mean,
I
it
want to.
it takes you guys a couple minutes, but it's not a crazy task.
I smelled some Grathus mushrooms. I don't know if we want to check that out. I couldn't tell if there was anyone in the room or not. But there is someone in the room next to it.
How do you know these mushrooms are rapists?
What?
So I remind him that there's still someone in the basement. Do I hear anybody coming up the stairs?
Are you staying where you at, or do you want to go closer towards the stairs?
I mean, I probably passively would have heard it.
You don't know that.
I mean,
Yeah.
probably. I let him know. Passively, I would have heard it.
I'd probably go like over here behind this wall and kind of listen in.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me, guy. Kind of poke your head around the corner, pointing one ear down towards the base of the stairwell, listening for any sort of sounds coming up from the basement. And you give it a few moments of silence before you shake your head. It doesn't sound like there's anything down there. While you know he went down that way, you don't currently hear him at all.
Okay. I would have taken the guy's keys. I don't know if they dropped somewhere or anything.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. That's no problem.
But I would have locked him in the room.
Okay, sure. Tito, are you staying in the room or are you coming out?
I guess I'll leave this fucker for now.
Tito does the fucking eye motion where he points at his eyes and then points back at the guy laying on the bed.
So I tell them telepathically, I say we can take care of the guy down there because if he doesn't meet up with his friend and can't find him, then that may be an issue.
Wait, what'd you say? Say that again?
The guy that's downstairs,
No, out of character. I didn't hear what you said.
yes, the guy that is downstairs, if we don't take care of him, he's going to find that his buddy's gone, and that can be an issue.
I mean, how is he going to find his buddy's gone?
That the fact that he's not there,
Yeah, but I mean, you think
the
you
fact
think
that he's literally right, not up
But-
here.
But do you think that that's going to trigger him to think something's wrong, or that he, like, just like did something off? They seem like they're pretty buddy, so he might think it's like a prank or something.
Yeah, or that his friend isn't here and he can't find him. So
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a. I'm not worried that much. They don't know we're here.
okay.
And hopefully, by the time he does fight him, we'll be long gone. And I want to scurry back down the hallway to the other room.
And I'll follow a little bit
Quietly.
behind.
Alright.
This same way that we did it last time.
Same way you did what last time?
Like followed behind you, waiting for you to kind of
Oh, then
make sure the coast is clear.
do I hear anything, JR? As I...
Go ahead and roll a perception check for him.
Dang it.
That you don't want to roll?
I thought you'd just say, like, the coast is clear.
Oh,
Oh! I don't hear anything.
the coast is clear.
Okay. Easy.
Alright, I signal for them to come.
Okay, I can't. Come on.
Did you
Move.
click it?
There. Where? Oh, okay, it loaded.
Yeah,
Yes.
these maps are kind of big. They take a little while to load, unfortunately.
Torches are still really loud for me.
Okay. Dude, I can
All right,
turn
so
I can turn
then,
the ambient
I
sound
think you
off.
can individually do it.
Oh, that's probably what
Oh,
it
Yeah,
I
you're doing it
found
for
it.
yourself.
I
It's
got you.
under.
I
It's
got
the
you. I
ambient
got it.
volume level under global volume controls.
Yeah, I just found it.
Where is that?
The
If you
little
click where it
sound
says
wall.
Ruin Castle, you can like turn it down. Oh, never mind. Ruin Castles are different.
Yeah,
Ruin
yeah.
Castle's
So
the background
the
music.
one you're looking for is there's ambient sound on the actual map itself, and that's going to be under the global
Oh, there we
volume
go.
controls. The one that says ambient. If you
Got it.
change that, that is just the torch sound. I normally rip them off because I think they're too loud, but I forgot for this one.
Perfect. Ooh, this is a lot
Wait,
better.
where is it? Sorry,
If you click on global volume controls, it'll expand it, and then there's a thing that says playlist ambient interface. Ambient is the things.
Okay, cool, nice.
All right. So my mighty Snicket.
Is this a wall that we're against?
Yes.
Okay.
I go around the corner, and I kind of point to the door and say, and wait till they come over. Hopefully they come over. And I want to whisper.
I mean, I can do it telepathically.
Well, I mean, I can't initiate telepathy.
You just like point to your head.
Oh, I point.
I
to
mean,
the
I would
door.
have asked you, is this the, is this
Well, then ask it.
is this the door where the person was?
I don't know if there's a person. I just know it smells like mushrooms in there.
Well, where was the person?
Oh, person's in the other room. There's someone sleeping.
Oh. And you went in here?
I didn't go in here because I don't know if there's anybody in there.
Can I hear anybody in there?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me. Placing your ear to the door guy, you listen out for any sort of sound to give up what may or may not be within this room. Same as what Snicket heard previously. You hear the flickering of an open flame, as well as the bubbling of some sort of liquid sitting over top of said flame. You listen for a few moments longer for any sort of footsteps or heavy breathing of the sort, and nothing. I don't think there's anyone in there, though you're not 100% certain.
Can I just check if the door is locked?
Yeah, if you want to tug on the door a little bit, it is going to move the door, and if someone were in, it could potentially alert them that someone's at the door, though.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Do it.
I think you can actually just go ahead and click on the door icon, and it will let you know.
Alarm
Ooh.
bells. What did it say?
It gave a locked noise.
I wanna point to my little like satchel on my belt, indicating to you if you want me to do something.
How many keys did that guy have? Does he have like a ring?
Yeah, there was just 3 keys on it.
Can I try the 3?
Sure, you can try each one of them. 2 of them don't even fit within the lock. One of them you
Okay.
can actually fit into it, but it feels like the teeth that don't match up quite right, and it isn't the particular one for this door.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll let him know to pick the lock if he can.
All right. I wanna shimmy on over to the door and then attempt to pick the lock.
All right, go ahead and give me a lockpick check, good sir.
Where's my thieves? There it is.
Wow.
Good. So within just about a minute or so, Snicket is able to quickly have this lock opened without any problem. You hear a resounding click as the lock mechanism opens up.
Yay. And I want to kind of push the door open and peek through and see what I see.
Feel free, go ahead and click the door. It should open right up for you.
And then
The scent of the gray fist mushroom just leaks out from this room into this entire hallway. You can hear the bubbling of the cauldron, and you can you can see dozens of vials of potions all across this room on the various shelves they have laid out. There must be 100, if not more, of a particular type of potion within this room. They all look to be about the same in color and texture.
You're absolutely triggering me. So
We're gonna be here for an hour as a guy.
as I
Yeah.
catalog
them.
everything.
Yeah, guy's fucking nose is just absolutely going insane right now.
All right, so I motion everyone to kind of come in and.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm looking in right now. You can't see anything yet.
Yes, I
I
can.
peeked in. No,
I'm
but
also peeking
I'm-
in.
You can't
The
peek in.
door's
It's not
open. I'm on the side of the door. I'm looking
Okay.
in.
Okay. Then I want to, without you telling me what to do, I want to
I
go
go
ahead and
in?
open the door more and go in. And peek
What is
around.
this?
I can't see on the side. Is this a table I'm supposed to be able to see around? Because I can't see around it, and I just want to make sure that I'm not supposed to be able to see
Okay,
around
really?
it.
Hold on, let me check at the walls. Is there something?
Because there's a
blocking
guy standing right there on the other side. A troll standing
Oh.
right there. Oh, there we go. I can see now.
Here.
Oh, I can see the whole room.
All
I
right.
love it.
So I don't know if Tito
I'm gonna
is
close
going
the door
in.
behind us. Oh, well, if Tito comes in, I want to close the door behind Tito. If he doesn't come in, I want to close the door. There we go. Okay, door closed.
All right, and I tell Snicket he should probably somebody
Are you
should keep
whispering
a
it?
lookout telepathically.
I want to say keep a lookout. Like we're all inside. What are we looking out for?
To listen to see if the guards come back.
Okay, I'll listen. I listen.
Okay, Snicket, you listen. You don't hear anything as of right now. Just the flickering of the torches and the bubbling
Okay,
of the cauldron.
I want to continue listening
Okay.
while
Easy
Guy
enough.
freaking starts his hour-long catalog.
All right, so
Okay.
I get a notebook out. No, I'm just kidding. So you said basically the potions are all kind of the same thing,
It
correct?
seems to be the vast majority of them, like 99%, are all the same potion, just based off of color and consistency. You would guess that they're the same. However, there are about 3 potions that don't entirely match it in color or consistency that you would guess are a different mixture or different concoction.
Okay, can I go over to those 3 and possibly determine what they are?
Sure. I believe that if you take a taste of them, that you can actually determine what they are. I believe that's the rule on potions, but let me make sure. Okay, yeah. So as you're kind of going up to the 3 potions guy, are you just taking them, or are you going to try to identify what they are?
Identify what they are for right now.
All right. So, just 1 second. As you approach them, you see one that appears to be. It's a very clear liquid, almost kind of like water or vodka. It appears that there's no color or anything to it. It's very see-through, very transparent. Doesn't really bubble or anything like that as you move it around within the bottle. Quite a clear liquid. There's another one that is a deep red colored potion, very bubbly and thick. Every time it kind of moves around the jar as you kind of move this concoction, it feels like the liquid is almost fumbling over itself. Very, very thick, thick brew. And the last one is a very thin blue potion, or thin bluish yellowish liquid, excuse me. And the potion actually has an eyeball that is bobbing up and down within it.
Okay, would I know what each one of these 3 are?
You can, if you want to take a taste of them, you'll be able to identify them, no problem. However, if you don't want to risk tasting anything, you can try an intelligence check to identify some of them.
I'll just do the intelligence check.
Okay, go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me.
All right, intelligence.
So unfortunately, there's not like an alchemy skill or something like that, which would be kind of cool if there was.
Yeah. Okay, just straight.
Couldn't Arcana be?
That's true. Yeah, I guess we can add your Arcana bonus instead. Would you roll 9?
Yeah, it's a +6 anyway
Okay.
for all of that.
Same thing, really. So, 2 of them you are able to identify without much of a problem. The see-through clear potion appears to be a potion of invisibility, and
Ooh.
the one with an eyeball bobbing within it is a potion of clairvoyance.
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'll give the potion of invisibility to. Would it make sense to give that? So I tell Snicket, I said, this potion of invisibility, I imagine you'd probably have good use for this.
I guess so. Yeah,
Okay.
can't hurt.
And what is a potion of clairvoyance?
It gives you the ability to cast the clairvoyance spell, which is here. I'll actually just link it real quick. Wait, what did I do? There we go. You create an invisible sensor, and I believe it's kind of used to like spy on individuals or creatures.
So what's the? So it's something that you can see through and hear through, correct?
Yeah, it's kind of like a lesser version of Scry, like not like a not as powerful version of Scry. It's used to spy on people, and you can either listen or see what they're doing from the sensor, but the sensor isn't quite as like the sensor can be spotted easier than like a scrying spell can.
And it only lasts for 10 minutes, correct?
I believe so. Yeah.
Within range. What's within a mile? Okay. 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 That's kind of cool. All right, I'll pocket that one.
Okay. The clairvoyance one.
Oh wait, crap! I just added something. I don't know where it went.
Here, I got you all, Adam.
Oh, spell scroll, clairvoyance.
Oh, that's wrong. Here, we'll delete that. Then you took the clairvoyance, yeah.
And then I'll take the third one I couldn't identify.
Okay. You'll have to mark that one down, because otherwise if I give it to you, obviously it'll say what it is.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
And what was the? One second. It's potion. What color?
Which one? That you couldn't identify?
Yeah.
Like a deep red color, very thick liquid.
All right. So can I'm gonna look around, see if I can find any notes or anything somebody wrote down.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me. Searching about on some of the various bookshelves in here, You find a bunch of handwritten journals that appear to be notes taken by a particular individual. And you very quickly realize that these are Uso Glisk personal alchemical journals. It seems as if many of these journals were him working to create a substance strong enough to knock a very, very large, powerful creature unconscious for extended periods of time. And most of these journals and kind of what you're rummaging through initially are his various attempts to make said concoction, and then eventually you see some records of what he believes to be an actual successfully completed version, as well as some notes as to how the effects work.
Okay. I'll leave all the journals except the part where it actually details out the successful. I'll kind of tear that out, or if it's loose, I'll just snag that.
Yeah, sure thing. Well, you want like the actual like recipe that he used for the successful potion?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, easy enough.
Let's see. And then all the rest of the potion bottles are just this gray fist stuff.
It seems to be, that's your guess anyway.
Okay.
The color of the potion matches the color of the actual crayfish mushroom itself. So,
does it say how much that they're using at a time?
like how many?
Well, like, can I get an idea from the journals, like the potency?
It says that they 19. You find a couple of instances within the journals that note that he does have to use quite a few portions or quite a few potion bottles worth for the desired effect. Probably like 3 or 4 times the amount to get the desired effect on the large creature, but he believes the effect would be similar on a regular sized humanoid from a single potion bottle.
All right. I'll take a few bottles then and stash it.
Okay.
I don't want to take 100 vials, obviously. But
just a couple.
Yeah, I would say maybe 4 or 5.
Okay, easy enough. Just go ahead and mark it down in your bag. There's certainly enough of them here for the taking. So.
All right.
You add the potion of invisibility to my bag?
I did, yeah, Garrett.
Okay,
I did.
sweet. Where does it show? Oh, there it is. Consumables. I must consume.
That's between kind of looking at all the potions and glancing through the various journals. Outside of mostly grayfist mushroom and a couple of other pretty generic alchemical agents in here, or like ingredients, there's not much else within this.
How long have you spent in here?
In here at this point, for him to have read what he did, a good 10-15 minutes probably.
Okay, I want to kind of indicate, like, we probably should get moving just because we don't want someone stumbling across stuff that we've
agreed.
left. Should we sabotage any of this? So
Would I know
use it?
Would I know if there's a quick way to sabotage?
Could we put it all in that pot?
Oh, I mean, if you just started like dumping all the potions into the pot, that would obviously ruin them. If you potentially started chopping up random ingredients and throwing them in there, even if it's the same ingredient, too much or too little can throw off the exact kind of formula that you're going for. So, however, some I mean, it depends on how like obvious you're trying to be, or if you're trying to be subtle about it. I guess it would be the real defining thing.
Trying to be more subtle.
Oh, I wasn't. I was trying to destroy all their stuff in here. I was just gonna say just throw all the all of the pot or all of the
Oh,
potions
so-
even in their stuff just to throw it into the
When,
cauldron.
when I
Because
when I meant subtle, I meant like quietly, not
Oh.
just like smashing bottles like against the wall.
Okay, yeah. If you guys just want to start dunking the potions into this cauldron, that will surely ruin them. If you start just throwing the supplies of Greyfist mushrooms you find within this room into this pot, it will ruin what's there as well.
Yeah, so I'll throw the 30 pounds of gray fist mushroom that I have in there as well.
Okay,
wait,
you don't even want that
why
shit
are you
anymore?
why are you trying to throw your supply of it? You could use it.
Well, no, I'll throw in my 30 pounds and then snag another 5 potion bottles of it.
But why not save the mushrooms so you can learn to make it and use it yourself later?
I already know how to make it.
But you need great fizz mushrooms to make it.
Yeah, but I already have the end potion. I can
But
just
why?
grab more of the potion.
Yeah, but what if we run out?
Do I know how much of a process it would be to make this potion based on the notes?
It's a pretty serious endeavor. It definitely takes some time. Specifically, the cooking process of the mushrooms itself is very, very grueling. It's just incredibly specific and precise temperatures. You have to have everything reach. While it's not incredibly difficult, it's pretty intensive.
Okay, no, I'll just grab more potion bottles and toss the 30 pounds of mushrooms that I have.
Okay. What the heck? Calm down, dog. I'm sorry. Okay, Guy, you said you throw your 30 pounds of mushrooms and you grab a total of 10 bottles of the Grey Fist mushroom
Yes.
potion.
Yep. And then we can just dispose of the rest.
All right, and then you guys just want to start dunking everything else?
Yep.
Alrighty, easy enough. It is going to take you guys not too terribly long. We'll say like 10 minutes to get in total to kind of really effectively destroy anything useful within this room. Do you guys want to spend the full time doing that?
Yes.
Okay. So, while all of that is going on, you guys are getting pretty close to the end of your endeavor. The last handful of bottles of potion kind of being uncorked and dumped into this cauldron. You do start to hear the annoyed rumbles and mumbling of an individual who's starting to stomp their feet as they begin to walk down this hallway.
We took too long. I want to lock the door back.
Okay. Door is locked once more.
And then I want to motion to them to like get on either side of get on the other side of the door at the ready, just in case someone was to.
I can't believe it. Bastard went in one boulder parchment shears, sends my ass down to the basement, and then he just leaves me here. Probably went to go fill his fucking belly, leaving me to finish up watch on his own. I'll show him. Next time I get my hands on him. And as he's kind of muttering all of this, you hear the voice is kind of rising as it gets closer to you guys, and this voice begins to get quieter and quieter as it moves further away down the hallway.
To the right?
To the right of where you guys were. With the direction that they initially came from, that Snicket was first heading in.
Gotcha.
Until eventually the guard's footsteps disappear off into the distance.
So I say, we good? You ready?
Yeah. Let's go. Wait, so we poured all the stuff into the
You're just finishing up. There's just a couple more to go as the guard passed by you guys.
All right, so we're finished. Yeah, so I basically open the door to peek out. Oh, I unlock the door first.
Okay, easy enough. Oh wait, I have to do that.
Thump,
I have to.
thump.
Hold on, I was moving the guard to the other map, and I accidentally took myself with him. I have to now load back the other way.
There's a magic spell on this door.
It's a permanent lock that can't be escaped.
We're trapped.
The lock was a mimic the entire time.
Yeah, eat your
It bites your
finger.
finger. Rawr. That would be something. A mimic
my
lock.
God, what is happening?
Duke, if you
Duke's-
don't shut up,
Duke's losing
I'm
his
gonna
mind.
ask you to shut up.
I wish he would. Okay, I might have to reload. All I hear is just the constant lock, 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 lock.
I'm gonna make a breakdown with it. Dun, 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 dun.
Perfect.
It's just like fucking mega
Art.
spamming it for me.
Wait, still?
Let me in.
Like, I don't think you're doing it. You would literally be here going for it to make the fucking sound it's making in my ear right now.
He has a macro.
Okay, I've made it back, but I'm on the wrong room. We gotta load again. I'm almost there, boys. I gotta change what the default room is, so that way if this happens again, we come back to the right room. There we go. I've made it. I'm here.
Can we get out?
Yes. I have unlocked the door. You can escape now.
Okay, so the door's unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
I move. I first check to make sure the coast is clear.
He just freaking books it.
All right, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Glancing up and down each end of the hallway, listening and looking for any sign of movement or life, appears that the coast is clear for the time being.
All right, I want to scurry over to this side, and then scurry over to this side. and
Are you
peek around
stealthing?
this edge? Yeah, yeah. Well, I
Right.
mean, I guess I'm not really. I'm just like, I'm.
Moving with
Basi-
purpose.
Yeah, yeah. Like I'm watching my line of sights essentially.
Okay,
like,
I got
making
you.
sure. And then I want to essentially cross, or I want to peek around this corner, see if I see anything besides that thing of armor.
Just
and
another
then,
suit of armor.
Yeah, and then see what I see down this hallway.
That is a really fair question. As you peek down that hallway, let me just do the dreaded.
There's
what's
nothing
on the
there.
other map.
It's void.
I believe I remember, but let me double check. Okay.
Darkness.
You see, kind of peering your way down this hall, a familiar room, Snicket. It is kind of walled off and blocked off a little bit just because of the design of the overall room, but you've been in it previously, and you're pretty confident that this hallway will lead you to the dining hall of this manor.
Okay.
Which, from your experience, is where Uso Glisk spent a lot of his time.
Yeah. So I want to go back and listen to this, what appears to potentially be a chapel. Listen on that door.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Being very perceptive today.
As you place an ear on the chapel, what you'd only assume to be the chapel door, you hear some soft bells slowly ringing from within the room, but it sounds like they're just high up within the room, perhaps hanging on the outskirts, and wind from the outside is blowing through them, but it doesn't sound as if there's anyone inside of the room currently.
All right. You know I'm going to peek inside that door. I'm trying to try the handle first.
Okay.
And then
This-
I'm going to peek around.
It explodes.
As you try this one, this door is not locked.
Okay. So I'm just going to open it a little bit and peek in and see what I see. Oh, do I see a staircase?
Yeah, well, so what actually is in there is the chapel is actually there, but
Yeah.
how I had to have it function, so you guys couldn't just, willy-nilly click on the staircase. I had to put a door in front of it. So if you'd like to pop in there, you can, Snicket, but I'll
Can you
also tell you,
explain to
I
me?
will also
before
tell
I
you
step
what's
in?
there, so you
Yeah.
don't have to hop over if you don't want to. There is a empty chapel that has about a couple dozen rows of pews with a altar kind of at the front of it, and there is this large stained glass embroidered into the wall behind it. There's a handful of bells up above the stained glass mural, and it appears to be a very Eastern Japanese inspired style of stained glass, and it appears to be depicting very tall, beautiful, slender woman. She has her hair tied back. She has like some traditional like samurai style armor on. But she also has like bits of her that are scaled and kind of like a dragon skin would be.
Sounds hot.
Do I recognize her as being like someone of importance, like an actual like one of? I don't know if I would actually. I probably wouldn't even know what the drag. I mean, I would know probably what the
You could certainly try. Roll a
main
religion check for
dragons.
me.
Yeah. Religion. 6s are on fire today.
So there aren't many places within Agodale that are religious in any capacity. In fact, there's really only 2 of them that are well known. One of them is the Golden Moor, and then the other is the Gleaming Tundra has some remnants, though not to the same degree as the Golden Moor. And unfortunately, in the moment, you just can't quite remember what their god or goddess was that they worshipped here, and you're not exactly sure what it's about. It was never something you paid too much attention to, nor something you ever worried too much with.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't care about that. So I want to essentially signal back to Guy and Tito, like, hey, follow me, and then hang out here. And as Guy gets here, I
Tito.
want to ask. No, I'm asking you right now.
Okay.
He's asleep. Yeah, Tito's asleep. It's fine. He can stay in that potion room.
The fumes got to him.
What are we doing again? We're looking for some storage room for a dragon.
Possibly, yeah. Figure out.
Do we have any other stuff? Because this next spot we're coming on is familiar. It's the Great Hall, dining hall area. That's where Glisk may be. So we probably want to skedaddle through this as fast as we can.
What was in that other door?
There's someone in there. Do you want to do something in that? Do you want to go see who's in there?
I mean, if they're trying to keep someone asleep. You said they were sleeping?
What did I hear in there? I heard.
Yeah, you heard snoring.
Yeah, I heard snoring. Yeah, someone's
heard
asleep.
snoring and breathing of someone who's asleep.
So does the potion makes them sleep? Correct? Like not like they're not in a coma, right?
No, it would be like a magically induced coma more than
Oh.
anything.
Okay.
Can you snore in a coma?
I don't think
I'll
so.
Google it.
I don't think it works that way.
In your universe, JR, can you snore in a coma?
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay.
I don't think it works that way.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I would have thought if you're
would've
trying to
thought
keep
that.
someone asleep, you're going to want to have your potions very close to what you're trying to keep asleep.
But from what Lady May said, they'd need like a big room or something to contain this dragon.
Then what was the room across the way?
An empty chapel.
How big was it?
I mean, it's big, but it's empty. I mean, we can go check out and see if there's anything in there, but I mean, I didn't see from my quick look inside. I didn't see.
I kind of want to see who's snoring.
We probably should go check. Oh, I don't want to see what's snoring. Let's go in here actually and see if there's like any sort of like secret hidden areas where we can. There'd be a pathway to somewhere that's big.
Okay.
All right. I want to see if I can find. I want to go up like near the altar and look to see if there's like any indication of like any like false stuff that's like movable, that's like meant to be hiding like a trapdoor or some.
I would also
I want to smell
to-
for trapdoors and hidden passageways.
Okay, well, this is going to be more of an investigation style roll than it will be
Yeah.
perception if you guys are like actively searching for something of that.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
wanna-
actively searching for like.
I want to actively perceive any hidden things with my nose.
Okay, well, your check's only going to be like a 35, so good luck. I was going to say you guys can either roll separately or one of you can roll
I'm
investigation
rolling
with
separately,
advantage.
but
Yeah.
his
Okay.
perception or his investigation is really high.
Sheesh. Looking all around, Guy, you find a handful of stray pamphlets that seem to be relatively old at this point. Nothing in here seems to be well upkept. There's a decent layer of dust that kind of sits on top of most of the objects within here. And you find a handful of scrolls and various preachings and teachings and books that belong to a goddess known as Yoshimura, who is the goddess of honor, who in previous times was well renowned, well respected, and universally loved by the people of the Gleaming Tundras. However, since the reckoning, as most gods did, she fell significantly out of favor. However, Yoon has been making an attempt to bring her people back to that place of religion and give them some level of comfort and hopefully bringing an old tradition back with the worship of Yoshimura. Has been successful in some places, from what you can see, kind of throughout some of these writings here, but not to the degree that she was hoping for.
All right. I'll have to. Right. You said Yoshi.
Mura, yeah, you want me to, here? Let me.
Yoshimaru.
I guess that is really close to Yoshimaru, isn't it?
Yes. Orochimaru. Snakes. Oh, it's one word. Ma'am. All right. Yoshi. Got it.
Goddess Yoshi, yeah, she'll love that.
Ma'am. All right. So that's all I find is like pamphlets and stuff.
Yeah, that's what all of pretty much most of what you find this from is on this table over here. It's various writings, teachings, various orders and decrees from Lady Yoon, kind of specifying of the importance of trying to get the religion over in the country again. A handful of lessons plans and teachings, but like I said, everything in here seems relatively old. Like a lot of this hasn't been messed with, touched, or rifled through hardly at all. At least not recently. Like I said, there's a layer of dust that kind of a thin layer of dust that kind of covers everything here.
Okay, and there's not a lot of foot traffic through here.
Definitely
Okay.
not. Yeah, you guys actually can kind of see kind of some prints that you're leaving as you make your way through here. You wouldn't be surprised if you were the first people to walk within this room in months, if not longer.
Oh, okay. I see a door off to the side.
There is one, yeah.
Can I go up and listen up next to it?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
I hear everything.
Around like 30-ish.
Is she asking you what time we're going to stop, Garrett?
What would you say, Jared?
Is she asking what time we're going to stop?
Yeah.
My plan was to stop at 4 o'clock at the latest.
He said 4 o'clock at the latest.
Unless if we
You wanna
stop.
take her?
But if that's a problem, we can try to work. We could try to do it differently.
What
if you need to
time would
stop
you-
sooner.
What time would you prefer me to be done, Rachel? Okay. Are you sure? Okay. 4's fine.
If she is it okay? I'm not trying to
Yeah.
put her out. If we need it to be different, it can certainly can.
Maybe this way might take her passy. See?
Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought, John. I apologize. We're good. You good, Garrett?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. Perception. Putting your ear up to the door, Guy, and kind of listening to see if you can hear anything coming from within the room. There's no sound at all that you can hear coming from within the room. Everything appears to be quiet.
All right, is the door locked? I guess I can.
Go for it. So as you open it up, I put it there just so you guys would notice that it is there. It's just a little storage closet. There's a handful of various like cleaning materials and some extra religious books and things of that nature, but it's just a small little storage closet. Nothing crazy in here.
Okay, well,
It does kind of strike you as a decent place to hide, though, should you need to get out of view just based off of the foot traffic this room has. It doesn't seem like you'd be found very
Okay.
quickly.
I will note that in my brain. All right. So I let Snicket know that hey, it's nothing's really in here.
Okay.
And I had a question. What did we see that room when we first got up the stairs? That closest one that was at like the top of the map. Didn't Snicket hear stuff in there like kitchen?
Yeah, you heard like the commotion of a kitchen coming from that room.
Okay.
So what you're talking about, the room that was directly north when you first came up the stairs that you guys didn't
Yes.
actually go through? Yeah, that Snicket listened up to it and he heard like kitchen activity coming from within.
Okay. All right. I say we check that room with the snoring person in there.
Why?
who it is.
Why? Why would we do? Why would we? I mean, that's just more witnesses.
Then
We have
what would you like us to do?
I want to keep going down that hall. We're looking for some large room where they could be storing something. It may seem to think that it's some sort of magic space that they're storing this creature at. She said that she didn't really remember any large space that would be good for storing something like that, like a dragon or something like that. So
Well,
I doubt.
What if we find Glisk in the meantime?
I mean, you think Glisk is just gonna be sleeping?
People sleep.
But sleeping without guards in front of his door? That's pretty crazy.
There were two guards.
Not in front of his door.
Oh. I guess if you don't want to see what's in there, we'll keep moving.
I mean, we can if we end up like hightailing it out of here and we can like do it on the way back, sure. But for right now, I mean, the longer we spend in here, we have basically a ticking time bomb in that guy that's knocked out in the room. As soon as he wakes up, we're gonna start having issues, or if someone finds him, we're gonna start having issues. So we're on a time schedule.
Okay.
So
All right.
let's go.
Let's head back out.
Where's the thing's not working? Why is my keyboard not working? I guess I'll just go this way.
Click your token. Maybe
That might be it.
words. Maybe it doesn't have your token selected.
She likes D&D too much to go to a snack. All right. I want to again check to see if there's something new going on.
Check the new coast.
Okay.
Make sure it's clear.
Oh, he just knew what to do. I'm so proud of you.
I usually don't roll until you ask me to, but at this point it's become too predictable, so I'm just gonna roll.
We've done it 4,000 times.
I have to have you roll perception. I guess at this point you could just look. I know you have a high perception. You like seeing those big numbers. Math rocks go clickety clack.
Yeah, they do.
Checking both up and down each side again, it appears that there doesn't sound as if there's anything heading in your direction, though you can hear a little bit of activity coming from the room east of where you guys are at right now.
The room?
Or like if you head down the hallway,
off
of this map onto the next one.
He's awake.
The room directly in front of you.
Okay. So I'm going to essentially go and peek down that hallway, see if I notice anything that's going. Oh, wait,
Crap.
I collide with a wall. Uh-oh.
Oh, the door. That's what
I can't
happened.
get out.
We're trapped.
Oh,
Wait. I'm still not free. Oh, wait, I can move this way.
What is happening? Are you? Is it having you?
There's a wall. I'm running into a wall.
Oh, you are nice. Oh, it's like the
You
door.
are a wall. You have become one with the manor.
Jesus Christ.
I'm in the walls. Okay.
Why is the game like this?
All right, and then I'm
You've
going
learned
to.
a lot from that shadow monster.
I'm gonna peek around this edge, see if I can see any people.
So as you kind of peek down the edge, looking for any signs of life at all, unfortunately, the hallway continues on for another 30, 40 feet before there's a jut up again, kind of similar to the setting that you guys are standing at right now, and you can see it kind of curves around to separate off the dining room in the center. So you don't see what's going on in the actual dining room itself. You would
Yeah.
only be able to see a little bit of the hallway.
Are
On
there
the
like
side that
things
leads
of
up to.
armor like along the way?
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
All right, so I'm gonna start moving that way. Oh, I can't. The stairway looks disabled. It
Oh, I
says.
got you. Hold on, I got you. I'll enable it.
That's kind of presumptuous. What is? How can a stairway look disabled? Like, is it in a wheelchair?
Well, so the only reason I disable them is because you guys can technically click on them as soon as you can see them, even if you're not next to them. So I have to disable them so people don't actually click on them.
All right, so I'm going to go up to this next one and peek around and see if I. What? Go ahead.
At this point, Snicket, your nostrils fill with the scent of fresh cooked meats and vegetables. You can smell sweets and baked goods in the air.
Oh, yeah.
You can hear the clinking and the clanking of utensils on a porcelain plate coming from the center of the dining room as well.
Cool. So I'm gonna peek around this corner, see if I see anybody. That's a lot of big open space. And then I kind of want to motion back to them to like come up.
Okay.
Does it remember what I've seen?
Yes, it does.
That's crazy. Yeah, because I can like see.
Because you've been
No.
on this map before. So
I
that's
can't.
why
I can't see anything because
That's
I
great.
wasn't here.
Yeah. All right. So.
Are you guys stealthing at this point? By the way, I apologize.
No,
yeah.
I mean,
I would.
I guess
be.
we're being quiet. I mean, I'm not like
Okay, let me
trying to
phrase it this
conceal
way.
myself.
Anyone who wants to move stealthily, roll stealth. Roll for
Okay.
stealth.
Yes.
Yes. Tito, are you gonna? Yes.
Yes. The sneaky boys in the back.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, this is a rough spot to be in.
I ask him what he sees.
Yeah, you just hear behind you, "What do you see?"
I say I see nothing, but there's a big opening, and sounds like a lot of people in this. We're next to the dining room, and I think there's a lot of people in the dining room, and the opening to it's pretty big, so I can't really think of a way we're gonna get around it without anyone seeing us. Let me, unless we go ahead and use that potion, but then we're a one man. Or here's what we could do. What if I use the potion and then cause a distraction in the room, and then you guys get by?
The potion of invisibility.
Yeah.
All right, so I can actually help with that through magical tinkering.
Or can you just do something to like cause a commotion in the room to distract for enough time for us to get by?
I could chop one of them in half.
This is what I have.
Do you have artisan's tools?
What?
Do you have artisan's tools?
No.
I mean, I have to give you my thieves' tools then.
Why?
Did you not read it? To use this ability, you must have thieves' tool or artisan's tools in hand.
Oh no, I have alchemy tools.
But those aren't thieves' tools or artisans' tools.
Or I have alchemist supplies.
Uh-oh.
Alchemist supplies aren't artisans' tools.
I'm assuming alchemist supplies are separate than artisans' tools, or else they wouldn't give it separate names.
It says.
I thought artisans' tools was like a.
Tools of a specific
No, I
artisanship.
believe artisan tools are their own specific item. Here, let me search the item database real quick.
So this was a question that I had when I created my character. Is that my character starts out with thieves' tools, but it didn't make sense, and I asked if I could have that switch to alchemist supplies to make a little more
and
sense.
You swapped to the alchemist supplies. Yeah,
But you've used the alchemist
Yes.
supplies.
Alchemist supply is a tool.
Yeah, but you've used it though. Oh wait,
What do you mean?
no, alchemist.
no,
alchemist,
artisan
they are
tools
artisan
is its
tools.
own. They're specified into different groups. Artisan tools is a grouping. What is this thing?
Yeah, alchemist
specifically
supplies
say?
are in artisan tools.
Yeah, what does this thing specifically say? What
It says artisans' tools, so
It just
alchemist
says it-
supplies would count.
You must have thieves' tools or artisan tools in hand.
So you could use technically cook's utensils to use it,
That's
or
fucking
glass
shit.
blower's tools,
That's
or painter's supplies.
That doesn't sound right. Hold on.
I'm on the Roll20s page, and they have.
That's what I'm on too for the artisan's tools. I'm gonna search.
I'll look up
magical
D&D Beyond.
Magical tinkering though, because the problem is a lot of times artificers were made after a lot of this other stuff was.
Basic rules. Basic rules has it essentially as the grouping. This is like from D&D Beyond.
Yeah, and D&D 5e wiki for artificer says the same thing. To use this ability, you must have thieves' tools or artisans' tools in hand, and it doesn't specify like which one.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's one or the other. So he has one or the other. So
No, I'm saying it doesn't specify like a specific artisan's tool or something. It's weird that it just have the way it chooses to
well, it's
list
probably
it.
because like you could use thieves' tool, which isn't an artisan's tool, or you could use any set of artisan's tools.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the way. It just makes you think that there's
okay.
something we're missing. But you're good. Go ahead. Sorry,
Okay.
guy.
Like, you can't use like an herbalism kit because it's not an artisan's tool. Oh, let me actually finish reading this because I got to the point about that. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Wait. So what do you?
The second one, so I can give you an object that you can tap it, and it's I guess it could be.
I mean, do you have anything we could just throw in there? That would.
Don't you
that
have ball bearings that I could do this with?
I mean, I do have ball bearings, but I'm just trying to think how we can get it in there unnoticed and then get people distracted enough that we can run by really quick.
Well, you can turn invisible.
I mean, if I don't have to turn invisible, then that would save its use for later.
Out of game, don't you eventually get like some sort of invisibility?
Depends on like as the rogue or as the subclass.
You.
Me. I don't think so.
Oh.
I think it's like Soul Knife gets that.
Oh.
I mean, if you could do something to a ball bearing, we could probably throw it and bounce it, and then we just need to basically put it. We need to get it so people aren't looking towards the entrance to the dining hall.
Yeah, I can make it shed light up to 5 foot.
Yeah. But the problem is we need to be able to throw it at a way to like put it like back here. Like we need to throw it like, or not, you can't see, but like in the back corner of the wall. We need a way to get it to the back corner of the wall before it starts doing whatever it does.
Well, I can't do that, so this is what I got.
Then I guess we have to use the potion now.
Of invisibility.
Yes, yeah. Because if I'm touching something, it's invisible, and as soon as I let go of it, it stops becoming invisible. Wait, you were talking about using the second one?
Yeah, I could use the second one, or
Well, we don't want it to do a sound. I guess we do want it to do a sound because we want it to make the sound, not make the sound until it gets like in the. We want it to not start doing stuff until like to draw attention until it gets to the corner of the room.
All right, sorry, I'm back.
So
What brilliant concoction?
whenever
have you
tapped by a
come up with?
creature. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay, yeah. So you can make it say a message, and then I can go over there and tap it.
you could carry it with you
That's what I'm saying. I'm
and go
gonna
place
carry
it
it with
there.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna tap it. So let's do that. I'm gonna give you a ball bearing. I now have 999 ball bearings left.
The first ball bearing has been used.
Wait, can I do this
Riley.
certain number of times?
The first level spell.
All right,
Same
intelligence
as-
modifier. So I can do it. I'll ask for 5 of them.
Okay. Then 5.
And so in each one, I'll kind of like record, like a whisper. Like I kind of cup it to my hand,
Well, that's gonna be quiet. It's not gonna draw anyone's attention.
but it can still be heard up to 5 foot away,
Oh,
or
10 feet away.
feet away, regardless.
What are you making it say?
I don't know. What do you think I should make it say?
Do you know Draconic?
I do know Draconic.
Say something in Draconic. Say like, you've upset the dragon god or something like that.
All right, in Draconic, I'll just say
Wait,
long.
or how about why not like I've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
What's a car?
I don't know. I thought I heard someone talk about that before. Cart's extended
Oh,
warranty.
cart. Well, we don't want anybody to know kind of anything that's up.
Yeah, so that's why I say you're trying to reach them about their cart's extended warranty.
Or I just say, hey, and make them all look the other way.
And I said, hey.
I mean, it has to be something to grab their attention, though. No one's gonna. I mean, if it's just hey, they might like not be like, Needs to be something like,
Yeah, maybe it's like a ghost.
your children gonna die.
All right, yeah, in Draconic, they'll each say, long live Yoshimura.
Okay.
And then I'll hand those 5 off to him.
And then I'm gonna freaking chug this potion, baby.
Oh, the visibility?
I chugged it.
Alright. You watch as Snicket's body disappears from vision, and he's nothing more than a pair of floating robes.
Well, you can't actually see the robes.
No, you gotta get naked.
No, that's not how it works, AR. That's
In
not
my
how
world,
it works.
you gotta get naked to
You
be
gotta
invisible.
change your flavor text then on your stuff.
Never. I'm just kidding. Yeah, all of your gear becomes invisible as well with you as Snicket slowly disappears from sight.
I get naked anyways.
Because they don't know the difference, so fuck them.
All right, and I look what's going on. What do I see
You see
here?
Uso Glisk sitting at the head of his table, slowly just eating a meal, with a bound and gagged Ichiro, Jiro, and Lady May tied to a respective chair for each of them. While Ichiro and Jiro both seem to be unconscious, Lady May seems to be slightly there, though she's bruised. Definitely seems to have been in some sort of battle, and she's very clearly wounded and out of it.
Does going in? How do you fight against someone that's invisible?
As
So,
soon as
are you
do
asking
something, you break
mechanically, or are you
invisibility.
asking like?
I mean, how doesn't I mean, do you lose invisibility once you go into combat?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
if you
once
make
you
an
do
attack or
something,
cast, if you make an attack or cast a spell, I believe
Okay.
you lose invisibility.
Oh yeah, the effect ends early if you attack or cast a spell. I didn't read that far,
But
even
if
though it's only
someone
two
just like,
sentences.
let's say someone figures out that you're there somehow, has like nutso perception, or has like their magical alarm spell set up
They'd
right
have
at
to
the
throw
end,
sand on me or something.
or if they had the magical alarm spell set up right at the entryway into this room or something, they would make attacks against you at disadvantage if they were trying to hit you because
Okay.
you're invisible.
Yeah. Okay. I want to run back invisibly, of course.
Uh-huh.
And whisper to Guy, they've got May and Ichiro and whatever the last guy's name was.
all right. So then Okay, so I have a question about limited telepathy.
Mm-hmm.
How limited is it?
It said you can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So even though he's like right there,
You got to be able to
like
see him.
I
Yeah,
can touch him, I still can't telepathically.
you do have to be able to see the target to use
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Oh, so you should have been able to use it earlier than when you were in that room.
What's that?
Or you weren't in the room. You were peeking around a corner.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're good. We're good.
Okay.
So
How many
are you
other
gonna-
people? Quietly, how many other people are there?
it looks like just Glisk, but I don't know if he might have tricks up his sleeve or not. I don't know. It seems like it's like a hostage situation. He's definitely trying to like bait us out. Like he knows what he.
So, like, as I'm here, I don't know what's around the corner. Have I heard anything?
You just hear the flickering of some of the various torches all around, and you can hear off in the distance the soft sound of a pair of utensils clanking and clattering against a porcelain plate.
So it's just Glisk and
I just
the
told you
three.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like. I mean, the noises you hear check out with the story Snicket told you, unless if
Okay.
you somehow believe him to be some sort of mastermind liar at this point.
Yeah,
Oh
can
no,
this-
you could be concerned that he's gonna actually. This has all been a ploy, and he's setting you and Tito up.
Shh! Don't tell him. Now you ruined everything.
And Ichiro and the other guy are unconscious.
Yeah, Ichiro and Jiro were both unconscious.
Well, he doesn't. You don't know that yet because I haven't told you. I didn't tell you that because
True,
I didn't.
true.
I forgot to tell you that.
Oh,
I didn't
well,
go to that. I didn't go to that much detail. So you just know they're all there, and I said it looks like a hostage situation.
are they knocked out?
It looks like Ichiro and freaking what's the other guy's name?
Jiro.
Jiro. Yeah, it looks like they're knocked out. May looks slightly conscious, but not like in a good spot.
So I remind him that if he has, she would not be, or she could be used as a tool for a dragon binder. And
Yeah.
so
So I mean,
I-
are we gonna? Is this where we're gonna stand against Glisk right now, or I mean, I don't know.
I will give both of you 2 of those bottles. 2 Grey Fist potions each.
Two each? Wow, that's a lot.
And I tell him that you may need to, while you're
Are we
invisible,
Gonna get him to drink it?
get
Oh, I
her-
see.
her to drink it
Wait, the Grey Fist potion puts people to sleep. Why would we want to put her to sleep?
so that she can't be used against us.
Why don't we just slip it into his drink?
We can try to do that. If worst comes to worst, we're going to need her knocked out.
Wait, you know he can. At some point we find out the dragon binders like turn dragons against people?
Well, she said, I thought she said that he could do that, correct? JR?
Lady May
Yeah.
has said that before.
Okay.
Lady May, she made the kind of a quote that if you're not careful, her being there will end up being more of a hindrance than a help.
Gotcha.
Alluding to the fact that she could be potentially manipulated and controlled.
I'm gonna go all sneaky beaky like.
All right, go ahead and roll
Invisibly.
stealth check with advantage for me then, sir.
What? Because I'm invisible?
Yeah, you get advantage because you're invisible.
Yeah, you're right.
You could trip
You
over.
could still theoretically fumble your feet or something like that, you know. Ooh, that's not that good, stealthy boy.
He has true sight. He sees you right away.
All right. So I. Is he drinking? Can I see him drinking?
It does seem like he has a cup of wine or something nearby, yeah.
Well, no, I can't.
Is he? Where is his cup
He
of
has
wine
no idea.
in relation to him?
Yikes. His cup of wine is, I mean, he's got a plate in front of him, and then he's got a cup of wine, I mean, within arm's reach.
Is he like looking? Like what is he doing while eating? Is he like looking at his plate? Is he like looking at them like menacingly, like giggling?
He's almost practically just ignoring them.
He's just, like, looking down at his plate?
He just acts like he just is looking down at his plate, kind of eating his own meal, keeping to himself. He doesn't sound like he's trying to be loud or anything, but he's not necessarily attempting to mask any sound he makes either. Lady May very clearly looks pretty terrified at this point. Her eyes are darting all over the place. You can clearly see she's trying to come up with some sort of solution to these situations she's in. You can even hear her murmuring and whispering to Jiro and Ichiro because her back is to each of them.
Mhm.
She can't really get a good way to turn and to look at them. But despite all of that, Uso just seems to ignore her entirely and continuing on with his meal.
Okay, I want to walk over to like behind May
Okay.
and like whisper in her ear, like just distract him. And then I want to keep moving. And
Okay,
then like,
roll a persuasion check for me real quick.
why do I have to persuade her? Just do it.
The Boston accent isn't enough.
God.
As you murmur this really quickly as you walk by and you kind of look back at her and you can see that she looks confused, but it takes her a moment before she seems like something might have clicked in her head. You're not certain.
So how long went by? Like, because basically I want to just do it in passing and then be at the ready to like with the potion uncorked and like ready to drop like some stuff in
you
his
could be
wine.
up at the table before she even starts to say or do anything.
Okay.
She eventually she does her best to kind of spit out this cloth that's
And so wait, before she starts talking,
Mhm.
when like I want to be watching Glisk and
Mhm.
looking for essentially an opening where he is distracted enough that he wouldn't like notice his like wine move a little bit.
Okay, sure thing. You watch as Lady May kind of struggles to spit out this rag that's tied around her mouth to kind of keep her from making too much noise. And she's eventually able to get enough of it out that she can kind of start to speak with Glisk and respond a little bit. Why don't you just kill me already like you did my parents? What does this meal serve? Is this your way to gloat? And Uso kind of stops for a moment, placing his utensils down. I am hungry, child.
Okay, actually, while he's responding is when I want to do it.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me. With advantage because you're invisible.
Oh, baby, dude, this is gonna be huge. Oh! Oh, I thought I saw 20%.
Ah!
You quickly pull his glass of wine forward and you dunk you do like the whole potion or just some of it?
No, just like a drop because I'm assuming.
Just like
yeah,
because the colors are very off between the wine
Yeah.
and the potion. Too much of it could be too obvious. I'm
yeah,
assuming.
just a quick pour so it doesn't like throw off that like, oh, my wine is like 3 times more
Mhm.
full than it was before.
For sure. All right, and you get a quick little bit in. I am simply hungry, child. Ruling this country works up an appetite for me. Why don't you sit still and be quiet? It will all be over soon. Just have to deal with your friends, and then we can move on from this dreaded story or age of our lives. I don't want to be here any more than you want me here. Just cooperate,
Oh shoot.
and you won't end up dead like your parents.
And then now I'm going to go over to the corner of the room and wait until I see him. I'm going to say like right here and wait until I see him take a sip of the wine.
Okay. You wait there for a few more moments. Lady May, not really sure if she should do or say anything else, kind of keeps to herself at this point. Uso continues his meal, taking a few more bites of his food before he eventually picks up his glass of wine, and he ponders on it for a moment as he kind of twirls his glass around before he begins to take a few sips from it. After the first one, he stops for a moment, and your heart almost plummets before he takes a couple more sips, putting his glass back down and continuing his meal.
I want to walk back out. And then, whoops. And then go over to Guy and whisper to Guy, how much of that potion is needed to knock someone out? Because I managed to get a little bit into Glisk's wine.
Would I know that? I may have an idea, or should I roll?
You could definitely have an idea. It'd be a lot of guesstimating because it's a potion you've never used before, so you wouldn't have like a definitive answer. But you could certainly roll it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check, and we'll kind of see how much you can piece together and kind of give your best guesstimate of what you might think.
Only 7 in there.
So you do note that the potion, the notes that you gathered from Glisk, hey, you're just wasting all your 20s, Tito.
Yeah.
Tito's smart. As Guy begins to explain aspects of the potion, Tito chimes in. Well, actually, no, you would know that the potion, for one full potion would take if someone Tito size, your size, or whatever, drank one full of that potion, the effect would be almost instantaneous of them being knocked out and put into a magically induced coma. Now, if it was just a smaller portion, it would certainly still have an effect on someone, could make them drowsy, potentially just make them tired, put them to sleep. Maybe it could still induce some sort of magical type sleep, but you're not certain. But the effects could vary based off the size of the individual. With someone's Glisk size, a little splash added into his drink, you think you could start to see the effects by the end of dinner.
Do we want to ambush him now? Like wait? Do we want to wait until it starts having some effect and then ambush him?
Not if Lady May is still conscious.
Well, I mean, I can go give her some too, and then we want to fight him.
I think so.
Okay, well then I will go give her some as well.
Okay.
So I go back.
All right, go ahead.
And I go back.
We will continue using the same stealth roll as before.
I want to whisper to her.
Well, and
Well, before I left, you were gonna do something.
I was just gonna let you know, like, just give her enough to like make her go to sleep.
He would, Guy would know one potion would probably, for a young dragon like May, would probably be enough.
Yeah, not to like kill her, but
one potion is gonna like
back over here.
knock her out.
Okay.
How do I get her to drink a whole potion without Glisk noticing?
That's a really good question.
Well, you're just gonna have to have her drink it, and then
That's the part I'm having trouble with. How do I have her drink it without him noticing?
Maybe
Should we wait until right when we're about to start? I mean, that's when you give it to her?
that's when we're starting, is after you.
Oh, so okay, so we want to wait a little bit until it looks like he's done with dinner, and then I'll go give her the potion.
Or we can just do it now.
But then the potion's gonna have no effect on him. We want him to drink more of that potion in his wine.
Yeah, but he could just be drowsy. It might not be enough.
Yeah, but it's fighting someone who's drowsy is gonna be easier than fighting someone who's not drowsy.
How far through dinner is he then?
How far through dinner would I have noticed?
If you're trying to ascertain how far he is until he's done eating, that's a little rude. That's up to an individual person. Of
How much was on his plate?
He's got an okay amount of food left on his plate. You guess he's maybe halfway through dinner. But the more important question is how much has he drank of his wine since you've poured anything into it. He had about 3/4 cup filled of wine, and you poured enough of a splash in there that it wasn't too noticeable that the liquid was a higher level, and he's only taken a handful of sips, the few that you first initially saw since you put that in there.
Yeah, so I explain that in terms, and I say we have to wait for him to be done so he drinks as much of that as possible, and then we have to be ready to basically. I don't know how.
I mean, he knows we're here, so.
Yeah, but I don't know how to get.
This is all a trap, so.
I can't get the jump on him, and get. I mean, we can only use this invisibility for one thing. We got to use it to get May, but you guys have to like run in as I'm giving it to May. Actually, that'd be the best thing because he could start potentially monologuing, and then I can give May the potion while he's monologuing, and then I can get behind him. Sound like a plan?
I'm going to give the potion to May?
No. I'm going to give the potion to May. But I'm going to give a signal to say, okay, go now. And you guys are going to run in. Then he's going to start his big bad monologue about how everything is, he's going to do stuff. And while he's giving his monologue is when I feed May the potion. And that way, he won't notice May's getting the potion. And then I can still have an opportunity to get the jump on him while I'm still invisible.
So we just go out there before you give the potion to her?
Yes, because he's going to know as soon as I give the potion to her.
But before she transforms into a dragon.
Why would she? I mean, you think the first thing he's going to do is just transform into a dragon?
I would.
I mean, we don't even know how this works.
I mean, when he's expecting us, anyway.
But what? Yeah, but I mean.
All right, we'll do whatever you'd like.
Okay, so I'm going to go sit here and watch until it looks like he's done with his dinner.
Okay. So, you sit there for perhaps another 10 minutes before he kind of gets to the point where his plate is beginning to clear. His glass of wine has gone from 3/4 full to half full to 1/4 full. Before he finishes up the last few bites on his plate, picks up his glass of wine and takes a large swig, finishing off whatever bit was left within his cup.
Actually, after I see him. No. I'll wait until he's finished his cup, and then I want to see him till like he's about to like leave, or until he's about to do something else. I don't know.
As he finishes his food, he kind of pushes his plate off to the side. He reaches over and he begins to pour himself another glass of wine from the larger pitcher nearby.
Oh hell yeah!
And he continues to sit in his chair, just kind of nursing this glass of wine at this point, just sitting in this room. At this point, his vision actually does kind of start to go out towards May, Ichiro, and Jiro, both of the latter two who are still unconscious, as Gliss kind of starts to assess the room at this point.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to go back to Guy and be like,
oh my god.
Okay, I got another plan. This is the best plan yet. I'm going to take that bearing to the corner, and tap it so it makes a noise, and then run over and give May the potion really quick, and then you guys.
You already have the bearings.
I know. I'm just letting you know, so when you hear the noise, actually, you wouldn't hear the noise. I'm just letting you know, so that you can be ready to come in soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Actually, yeah. Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, I will. Actually, I could do that to knock May out, and then I could try to sneak some more potion into his wine glass if we want to try that. Because then at that point, May's knocked out, and if he sees it, then we can just get him.
Sure.
Okay. Tito, is that good with you? Okay.
Uh,
So I go to
so confused.
the corner
Me
over
too,
here
Tito. Me too.
and drop the ball bearing, and then tap it.
Okay, so this is the little tinkerer thing that Guy set up previously, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
And when
and
when I
what
tap
happens?
it says something in Draconic that whatever name shall
All hail
live.
Yoshimura or
Yeah,
something.
something like
okay,
that.
Sure.
So that happens. I tap it, and then I start immediately running back to May, and then I look to see what Glisk is doing as I get back to May.
As you tap it, and the sound shouts out, and the draconic saying chants rings throughout the dining hall, and you watch as Bliss slowly.
Actually, I was like, I want to make sure I put it. I have to put it like right here because it says that people 10 feet away can hear it.
Okay.
So
You put it close enough to him that his head slowly turns to the left as he begins to hear the sound, and he looks out towards the rest of the dining room. You watch as he slowly places his wine cup down on the table in front of him, and he raises his hand back into the air. And he casts Dispel Magic upon the room.
does that work?
Yep.
That gets rid of invisibility.
Let's see.
Because
This is not-
I guess is invisibility a spell?
Yes. Well, it's a potion in a spell, or a spell and a potion, effectively. Why did that's not normally how it's supposed to be? For one creature or magical effect within range, any level there's well, what's the actual range on this spell? That's what I want to know. Does it just doesn't? Oh, 120 feet. Okay, yeah. So, and as he does this, you watch as the invisibility effect over you, Snicket suddenly vanishes, and you find yourself just standing openly in the center of the.
I
dining hall.
immediately want to yell at May, like, open your mouth and drink this, and then immediately like shove the potion like in her mouth.
Okay, she listens instinctively. She kind of realizes the situation going on. As you do this, Glisk begins to just chuckle to himself. I do not need this child's help to deal with you. You are something I can handle without even breaking a sweat. And you watch as Glisk kind of tugs on this necklace that he's had hanging around his neck. And he pulls out this large amulet that hangs from the end of it. And it's that vial that he'd kind of hung in front of you before, with that bright green liquid that he had previously proclaimed to be everything that you had been seeking for all this time. He begins to pour the vial out into his hand, and he begins to twirl his fingers, and a magical energy catches the liquid in the palm of his hand, balling it up as he begins to rifle it back and forth between his hands, using his magic to keep the liquid aloft. Well then, Snicket. What did you come here to do? Doesn't seem
has
like
she
you
finished
brought
the
me
potion?
much traders. Yes, she has.
Okay.
She's finished chugging it. You can see her eyes are kind of starting to flutter a little bit as she begins to lose consciousness.
The hilarious, but just chuck the other bottle of the potion in his face again.
Okay. I mean, I would hear this, right?
Yes, you also, Guy and Tito, you both hear this at this point, and you also heard Snicket shout out to May to just drink the potion. So if that could also be your cue to join the fray if you would like, or you can stay where you're at if you think you might have the upper hand.
I, as he's doing this, want to instinctively get out my sword and dagger.
That's
Yeah,
not such a good idea, friend. One cut or blow, I might just lose my grip on this spell.
What do you mean? What spell is that?
This liquid is what you've been searching for so desperately. It is the cure you so desire.
The cure
Though,
for, but what is it the cure for?
I think we both know the answer to that.
Yeah, but do you know what it's called?
Does it matter if I know what it's called? Someone
Does-
along the way does, and that's what really matters.
What? What?
If I'm listening to this, can I, what is it? Insight check.
On Glisk?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Or-
going to be a little bit harder of a DC, but yeah, sure, you certainly can.
Okay.
You can try. It's going to be really just based off what you can hear more than anything.
Oh, I got him dead to rights, baby. 13. Sorry, continue.
You're fine. You're totally fine.
I want to ask him. Oh,
14.
Oh!
I want
Son
to.
of a gun. Okay.
How do
keep
I?
going.
How do I know that you're telling the truth? How do I know you're not trying to pull a fast one on me? Proof. Give me some sort of proof that this is capable of what you say it's capable of.
Why have you waited until just now to ask all of this? You've jumped through so many hoops now, and you stand before me, and I hold exactly what you seek, and now is when you start to question what you've heard?
Well, I mean, I didn't have a reason to question before.
I am no doctor. I am a man of magic. And I do tinker in alchemical potions, though this kind is not my specialty. I will admit the disease I know little of, but I know of the Vakat tribe that lies within the peaks of Kervia that so desperately needs a solution to the disease that plagues them. And this is said answer. I don't know where your friends are rummaging about in my manor, but I'm certain that you do. And from my count, there's only 2 more missing. So, Snicket of the Vakat tribe from the peaks of Kervia, I give you a choice. You can either fight me, and it will all be over very soonly, and rather boring to be quite frank. Or you can do as we originally planned, and you can bring the other traitors to me. You can have what you so desired, if you leave this land again, never to return.
Can you at least let me in on what your intents are here? Who you're working for? What's going on? Because it seems like you're. I mean, I don't want you to do something that potentially could. I mean, I leave and then you take over the world or something bad happens. I mean, what are you doing here? What are your plans?
Make a persuasion check for me.
20. Oh, that's performance. Ignore that.
We can just use it.
Okay. Well,
Oh no, well, we'll take your persuasion check, actually, Garrett. Because I was going to say is I'm pretty sure the modifier is exactly the same. So
Yeah,
we'll just use
performance
that.
and persuasion is the same.
Oh man, if I was a dick, I could take your 0, but I'll
no,
be
take the
nice.
zero. Take the zero.
No, I said it before I even saw what either of the rolls were. So
I mean, I would say that if this circumstances had changed, we'd be like, oh yeah, we'll take the persuasion roll then.
Yeah, but you're not the DM. JR's nicer than you.
Yeah, but I'm trying to be fair.
I think it is fair. Like they're both the same. If it was a different modifier, like
But I
maybe-
rolled again with the intent that the second roll is what was going to count.
Well, what if I
Here's
just
here's the thing. If you're playing in person, you would not have re-rolled that.
correct? That's the way that I look at it.
Okay.
so-
I'm trying to be. I'm
no,
trying
you're
to
fine.
be fair.
You just remember this when I try to steal a natural 20 from you in the future. How about
Okay.
that?
Okay. Let's be honest. It's not going to make a difference anyways with what the outcome is on this. So
15's still not great, but it sure shit is better than 0.
Zero.
though.
I puke while talking.
Ugh.
Come now, we didn't put so much of an effort to guys what's going on here just for me to spill the beans to you. I'm no fool Well, I may enjoy a good monologue from time to time. I'm not going to tell you my organization's entire plan. What I will tell you is my group has nothing against Ratfolk, the Vakat tribe, or even the peaks of Kervia. Quite frankly, we look at them in a better light than most other countries due to recent events.
Why do you like? I don't. This is so tough.
Where's the bard when you need him?
Yeah, I need a freaking song of inspiration right now.
I was just going to say someone with a positive persuasion modifier.
If I were to bring the traders here, traders in quotations, I say, what would you do with them?
Oh, quite frankly, the taller one, with the big head. While he may be obnoxious, he strikes me as an intelligent individual. I think he could be of use to myself and our organization. Though the other one, not good for much more than a large guard towards the front door. But
Dang.
truth be told, I do always fancy a nice big bowl of turtle soup.
Kill him.
You can hear all this going on. You guys are just sitting back, like.
So can I like peek around
Yeah, you
the
can
corner?
You can if you'd want to. You're not certain if anybody will notice you or not, but
Hopefully they won't. I mean, can I tell that is he talking like away from me or what?
what do you mean away from you? Like,
You know, he's not. It's not. It doesn't sound muffled like his back is to you.
I mean, you
I
just
would
hear their
imagine.
voices kind of echoing out. I mean, this is all a very large open room. Their voices echo. Even someone soft spoken like Snicket, their voice kind of echoes throughout the dining hall, and then that kind of lingers out into the hallway around you. So you guys can very clearly hear the conversation that they're having.
Can I just tell like where Snicket and Glisk are?
You would guess
roughly?
that Snicket's more so towards the middle of the room, while Gliss probably sounds like he's further towards one of the edges, though you're not certain. It's difficult to know without seeing.
Okay. I take a peek.
Okay, if you want to do so stealthily, go ahead and roll a stealth check for
Oh,
me.
stealthily with this giant noggin.
Speak with your nose.
Easy.
All right, so we'll put you right up here so you can just peek into the situation real quick. Let's see.
Can't see shit.
Uso Gliss does not appear to notice you as you kind of poke your head around the side of the wall, Guy, and you can see the two of them having their conversation.
Oh crap! I don't want that there anymore. Oh.
What have you done?
He casts loud noise.
Oh, thank you. God.
I got you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still. Okay. I'm getting this whole toolbar thing. Sorry. So he's 60 feet away then, correct?
I believe so. He is 45 feet away from you
45?
right now.
Why did that say 60? Okay,
Did
so
you
he's
measure
45.
wrong?
No, I did this.
45 feet and 40 feet for Snicket. Oh, no. Can't be
Sorry.
moving now, Snicket. You're in a conversation.
I was doing. I can walk around when I'm conversing.
This says 60 feet.
You try.
Oh, okay. Well, it's 45.
You ready for this?
Okay, make an intelligence saving throw. I'm just kidding.
All right, so 45 feet. And I can see like what he's doing with his
Hands.
hands.
Glisk?
Yeah.
Yeah, he actually is still kind of nursing a cup of wine. He seems pretty chill in his...
Wait, I thought he had that stuff in his hands.
Oh, you're totally right. I apologize. I apologize. He has...
Is he still twirling that?
Yeah, he still has it within his hands.
But it's not in any type of like container.
No, it is not.
Also, you have visual sight on me. I don't know. Oh, we're not within 30 feet. Dang it.
And the liquid is like what, floating in the air?
It's, yeah, you can very clearly see it's kind of like float. He's got it in a ball that he kind of like throws back and forth between his hands. You can very easily tell that he has some sort of magical effect over the liquid that is allowing him to kind of hold it aloft in the air as he sends it back and forth.
All right, I would like to ready like a potion bottle that I have. I'm sure I probably have an empty potion bottle.
Okay.
I would like to ready that.
So you got a potion bottle in your one open hand.
Yes, and I'm kind of watching what he does with that liquid for the moment.
Okay.
Ready to spring into action if need be.
He really just seems like he's toying with Snicket right now more than anything. So what's it going to be?
I guess I'll bring you the traders.
All right. Go ahead and roll a persuasion or deception check for me, Snicket, depending upon what your intentions are.
Now comes the actual choice. Is there a conflicted roll?
Yeah, the conflicted roll is we will leave off here for today, and Garrett will have the next week to decide what he wants to roll at the start of next session.
Start on a persuasion or deception roll.
Yeah, how does that sound? There you go. We'll give it like a fucking like a sitcom.
I think he has to. I think he needs to roll a perception or a persuasion roll on me first before to see if I'm persuaded or not.
Okay, we'll leave off on that. We'll leave off on Glisk attempting to persuade Snicket into doing what he would like him to do. That's not great.
Oh, dude,
That's not great.
perfect middle. It's the middle of the road, though.
He has a +6 too. It's not even bad. He just got a 4, man. That's sad.
Okay.
Tito's not doing an a good job of persuading me otherwise.
We're gonna delete that. I didn't see that.
One.
No, that didn't happen. You guys can't see that. No, so I know we're a little past 4, and I know Rachel. We told Rachel we'd be done at 4. So
No, it's fine. It's fine. They're out in the pool anyways. Holy crap! These are some bad rolls that are coming
What
out.
the fuck, dude?
Dude, apparently it's a good thing that we didn't have the combat today because Tito wasn't about to hit fucking anything.
I rolled a 0. JR rolled a 0 or 1. Tito just rolled a 1.
I've been rolling great.
Damn.
1.
There we go.
All right, guys. I'm getting off. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, later, boys.
Thanks again, JR.
All right. Peace. Looks like it's just me and you, David.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Thanks for watching. Hope you join again sometime. Catch you later, boys.